Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I want to take a little bit of a break from doing some of the mechanical stuff on the Disco, and I needed to get those rear seats back in because I went to take my daughter and her friends someplace, and the poor friend had to sit on the ground in the back, no seatbelt. So in this episode, you'll see me get those seats back in and what I did to kind of troubleshoot. Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a quick one, and let me just explain what's going to happen. So a couple years ago, before the engine died, I think this was what finally killed the engine, I went camping down in Galveston with my mom, and in the process, in order to get all the stuff in, because it was like a multi-day camp, I pulled the seats out, and when I pulled the seats out, the little plastic latches on the top broke, because again, Land Rover plastic, right? So what I want to do is I got my daughter in town for the holidays, so I think she's going to help me make a sort of a paracord release thing. She used to make these paracord stuff. I was always going to the Army Navy store when she was a kid, making all these bracelets and crap. So I think we're going to come up with a solution for that so I can pull it, but to do that I need to be able to, I'm going to take all this apart. So let me show you what we got going. So in order to fold the seat like this, you have to be able to do that and roll them forward to unbolt them and get them out. It'd be very convenient if I can take these things in and out, even though they're a nightmare, and those passenger doors on Disco do not open very large at all. So at any rate, I'm going to take this part off. You can see where it's pulled, so I can get pliers in there and pull it to release it, but that's not ideal, obviously. And this thing needs to be all cleaned up anyway, so I might as well do all this now before I get the seats back in. So yeah, I'm going to take this plastic cover off. I think I'm going to take this back piece off and try to figure out how that mechanism works. So that always makes me nervous, removing Land Rover plastic, because it loves to break. For example, I think that one's broken off, and I don't know. At any rate, I got to figure out where this pull goes, so I'm going to have to mess around with all this. All right, let's see if I can show you. So this cable right here goes down to the release, and when you pull this, you can hear it release. So I got to figure out a solution for all this. Okay, so I think I figured out the plan. Where the problem lies is when this is inserted into here, there's nothing to grip onto, right? Because it's got this bezel, but you can pull and release this just fine. So I got, I don't know why, 100 feet of this paracord here, and I'm not real good at, despite me being a Boy Scout, I'm not real good at doing the whole paracord wrapping and stuff. So my daughter's out shopping for Christmas right now, so I'm gonna just outsource both pulls to her whenever she gets back. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have to cut this or remove this, and I need to do it in a fairly nice way, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. There's a small chance I may be able to drill it out and then kind of sand it back, but what's going to happen is, okay, so sorry, just to back up, what I'm going to do is I did a quick research on YouTube U, and I'm going to do a monkey knot on the top, and then it's going to come down, and there's going to be two drill holes. It's going to have a hole drilled through it down here, and then it's going to be, I guess what they're calling a snake knot that kind of wraps down. This will be removed, so then I can just like quickly grab that, pull it up, release the seat, and get that going again. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with it. All right, so anyone who's ever worked on these before knows that this plastic, all Land Rover plastic, is absolute garbage, and it will shatter in your hands. So what the idea is, I'm gonna take this step bit and try to run it down until there's nothing really left anymore. Okay, so I think I figured this out. I got tired of waiting for my daughter to come back from Christmas shopping, so I'm just gonna do this one myself. So I did this little prototype, and what will happen is I'll screw through here, so this will loop through kind of down low, and then I don't know how many of these things I need. I think I need a little bit more than this, but so yeah, that'll go through. This is just a prototype that I did to practice, and then I'll probably try to wrap it around a little bit. The problem is this has got to be completely on there. So this just needs a bit more shaving work. So let me do that, and then I'll put you back on camera and then drill this hole and then start the weave for this stuff. Okay, so that's basically it. I put a little piece of shrink wrap around it, and I know this isn't like perfect, this isn't like what the kids will do, but this is good enough to pull and release. I got another piece over here for the next one, and got this installed. You can see I accidentally burnt a couple of pieces. Again, the plastic on this stuff is garbage. So I'm gonna clean off that back plate, give this a wipe down, and get it back installed. So one thing I could have done is, if you look at this stick, these sidewall strings are like extremely tight. You can get these in like millions of colors. It's basically like paracord, but this probably would have been a little easier to work with and to feed through, because obviously it does really tight loops on the sidewall. So in retrospect, I probably should have gone there. It would have been easy to go to the lacrosse store and just grab that, but yeah, this should work okay. Okay, so this is one of those times where it kind of pays to plan ahead a little bit. So I'm going into the holidays. I'm going to be sat at my mom's house with absolutely nothing to do. So I might as well design up the trunk system in CAD. So I didn't want to put the seats back in before I measured everything out. And then even once I measured things out, because this is like, obviously the trunks of SUVs aren't like, they're not conducive to this kind of thing. So this is the air mattress that I use when I do like regular car camping, like not backpacking, but just like car camping. So I wanted to see if this would fit, and the short answer is like, for the most part, it fits. The seats are gonna have to go way up and everything, but I measured everything out for the box down below. I just wanted to test this out too. So now I'm gonna deflate this, put this back in the bag, and then chuck that little seat in and get cranking on the second seat. Okay, so in true Land Rover fashion, it's one step forward, two steps back. So I got that little seat, that first one that I did, and got the pull on it and everything. I got that installed, and that one rocks up and locks in. With the second one, let me show you what's going on. So what's happening is that pull right there isn't catching on the actual bolt. So I don't know if it's an alignment issue or what. So typically you pull that and that will release the seat and it can roll forward. But that's not latching, and then we have another problem. So again, yeah, these Land Rover plastics are absolutely garbage. There's the piece down there where it just like pulled right out of the thing. But yeah, I'm gonna fiddle with this. You guys will figure it out. I mean, it's not rocket science what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, I'll close out this episode. It's been a quick one. All right, so there you have it. Like you saw in the episode, this disco plastic is an absolute nightmare to work with. It's thinner than eggshells, and it's very problematic. I don't know. I forget who even owned Land Rover back then, but they did not invest in their material science at all. So yeah, you can see I got the seats back in. After I stopped filming that, I actually got the seat adjusted and it rocks back, clicks back into place. So all of that breaking that piece was all for naught yesterday. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. But Right now I'm letting the engine cool down, and I got to do a bunch of more rewiring, so more on that later. Thanks a lot for sticking around this far. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.